Good evening, everyone. I love this theater so much.
Isn't it great?
I love it. This is one of the best.
It's like one of the last, too.
Yeah,
it's amazing. We got to keep these going.
I went to UCLA and didn't have much money. Grew up in Compton, ended up going to UCLA, and I would get, was a waitress, and I'd get my little money on the weekend, and I would fill up my car and drive down to that was like my thing, Santa Barbara. And, and I would just come here and go to the movies. I would just come here and go to the movies. And I stayed at a little place called Inn of the Spanish Ray. Do you all know that little place? Yeah, anyway, this is like my spot.
You're like a local here.
Yeah. Anyway, happy to be here.
Sweet. We're so happy to have you here. And this movie is so important from the moment I saw it, as you know. I mean, I was just blown away by what I didn't know. And that's what a great movie tells you. You know, it tells you new things. And I'll give you a little story. I'm not to name drop, but I was at the Oscar nominees lunch yesterday, which I know you couldn't get out of production to get to. And
I was shooting, yeah.
Yeah. But I went up and talked to Steven Spielberg, and we were talking about you.
Is that right?
Yeah. And he was talking about your movie. And he said this thing to me. He goes, you know, when I was making Lincoln, I wish I knew all of this because I would have done it differently, but, and this is a direct quote, but leave it to Ava DuVernay to uncover this. And
that's fantastic. That's lovely. Thank you for that.
He really said that.
Thank you for that.
Amazing. How did this project come about for you? I know the middle of nowhere deals with this, and maybe that's where you suddenly got the idea to do a documentary too.
Yeah, well, this is my fourth documentary, and the subject matter's just always been, I don't know, in my bloodstream somehow. Like I said, grew up in Compton, very heavy police presence where I grew up. So it was always around me. Like I went to school when I got to college and was around people, and I would talk about how I feel about the police. And they would, act as if I was from another planet or something, because the way that I feel about the police is much different than the way many people feel about the police. I grew up fearing the police. I didn't grow up, feeling like I would be protected by the police, that they were serving me. Even now as an adult, lives in a great neighborhood now and all that good stuff. I never call the police because it's just wired in my head to fear because of a lot of the things that I grew up with and saw. So when Netflix called me and invited me right after Selma, it was around very close to this time, 2 years ago, to make a documentary about anything that I wanted, I asked if they would allow me to try to tackle this thing called criminalization in prison and just kind of how we got here, and they said yes.